final video. Back here at Burns Brothers Performance.
We made it.
We made it.
We
made it. It is the Tammy Hall 69 Chevelle Restoration, and we are going to do a test drive. Be honest and say, we already did the test drive.
We did it already.
But we'll clip that in after this. Got a few questions for George, and we're going to review a little bit how last weekend went. We did the graffiti weekend down at Roseburg, Oregon, which was really fun.
Yes.
And George is ironing out a couple little issues he's going to talk about. But first,
oh, yeah.
It is Friday night.
And Key and I will note that these are the third in a series of commemorative Burns Brothers Performance koozies to match the paint on the car. And as you saw in the opening, the bottom is a new twist to match the car.
Yes. Cheers. All right.
Well
so,
needed.
yeah, probably deserve that after all the block sanding and assembly.
Sure, just keep them coming.
All the things. The list.
Yeah.
Look at the whiteboard. You can see it.
It's clean.
The whiteboard's clean.
Yeah.
It's a spreadsheet.
I have a white piece of, or a yellow piece of paper from Tammy. Just a couple things.
Oh, nice.
But it's not bad.
So, did the Roseburg event. Those that aren't familiar with the event, it's multi-day. The city of Roseburg really gets behind it. Stray Angels Car Club supports it and kind of puts it on. There's a bunch of different events. So we go down, we camp at a campground, and we do a lot of driving back and forth to the events. So the car definitely got some miles put on it. It was in the mid 80s down there.
Yeah.
It was beautiful weather, but a little bit warm for Oregonians. And so tell us, how'd it go?
Yeah, it went really well. We went to the bowling alley 10 down in Splits on Thursday night and did a little cruise there. It was packed. I don't know, I've never seen that many people there, honestly. So that was fun. Had a good time, showed off the cars a little bit. Car ran good, didn't have any issues. And then we got up Friday, went to the Ford dealership show. Had a good time there. I will be honest, that show's a little long. I think they could do the awards a little sooner, and I wouldn't be upset about that. But it's a good show. They do a really nice job at that show, and they give out free T-shirts. And
it's a dealership. The dealership opens up. Really friendly group there.
Tom.
Yeah,
That guy Tom. He was super cool.
And there's restaurants around there, but it is a dealership, so it's a big paved parking lot with no trees, no shade.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we had the Scott and Dory Davis awning, which was nice.
Yep.
So.
And then we cruised through Pete's on Friday night. Fred actually hooked us up with some parking spots on Friday night. Fred and Norm did.
Yep.
So we all got right in there, got to park, hang out for a little while, and there were shenanigans out on the road, not by us, but others. We got to witness. Had a good time, went back to the campground, and then Saturday morning we did our ritual. We got up super early to go to the Stray Angels show, which was at the vineyard, the Melrose Vineyard this year, instead of the park, which was a little different. It was a beautiful vineyard, very nice place to have a car show, but a car show that big, it was a little, I don't know, it was a little much for that venue.
Yeah. First year, the scenery was incredible.
Oh yeah.
Gravel road going in, and
it wasn't so bad going in. It was coming back out.
Yeah, and the grass was a little long, so everybody's tires got grass clumped on. But you had wine there. You had the vineyard. It was gorgeous scenery.
Yeah.
There's a bridge and a little creek that goes by it, and frankly the drive out there, which is a big highlight for me. Going down there, we get up. George, rouses everybody. We roll at 5 a.m. And so you're literally driving out through the country. It's gorgeous. The sun's coming up. Beautiful morning. So that was a lot of fun. It
was my 26th year going to Roseburg, and it was the first time I was ever first in line.
Yeah.
So I got that going for me. I did win something. To that note, we didn't get any awards this year, but that was honestly, to me, the award that I got was getting the car done and seeing Kirk and Tammy enjoy that car all weekend. To me, that was the icing on the cake. I couldn't have asked for anything better. So
and absolutely zero drama. Everybody's rig, including the brand new Chevelle, ran and drove fine. No stalls, no issues, no problems.
So. Yep. Well, and then my brother-in-law Bill, he brought up his '57 Chevy pickup. Couple minor little issues, nothing serious. We were able to, he was able to, cure those little issues. I think he's probably happy to be home and relaxed and put the truck aside. But that thing turned out really awesome.
Yeah, this thing, an old Chevy pickup, it has a roundy round dirt small block Chevy in it that is just nasty. And he screwed this thing together. He literally was probably putting parts on it when they pulled away from the house.
Yeah,
So it's brand new.
Yeah, very cool. So he'll probably tear it down and do paint on it now, and then who knows? So that thing turned out really cool. But yeah, everybody's car ran good. The Chevelle here, no major issues. The only part failure was a toggle switch on the electric fan. So I can't even complain about anything on the car. To take a car completely apart and, you know, take everything the Scott thing, have it blasted, everything that could be powder coated, a fresh engine, a Bill G transmission. The engine short block is that Hatch, cylinder head's Rob Laupin, Bill G transmission. I did the rear end, Jeff Todd alignment, and then the headliner and the seat covers were Tim's Top Shop from Jake. I did the exhaust on the car. Joe Miller, once again, came through with the, you know, not only the cut and buff on this one, but he saved my butt when we painted the car. He had a good hand in that one. I can't take all the credit for this one. I did all the body work, but Joe helped me out with the paint. It takes a lot of different people to do these cars. I don't care what anybody says. Even if you own a shop, you're not the only one building the car. It takes different people with different talents to get a car like this done, and I can't thank everybody enough for their help.
Well, when you think about, so every electrical connection, every brake line fitting, every fuel line fitting, every little thing, the dash, the speedo, all the switches, the knobs, the window regulators, I've had challenges with those. So everything worked. So other than one aftermarket toggle switch, that's easy.
So back to the toggle switch. So that was connected to the fan. So the fan I had on it, we wanted to talk about that a little bit through trial and error. It's got a Be Cool radiator in it, big radiator, just more than enough for what this car is. Honestly, if a 69 Camaro has a smaller radiator, this thing has a huge radiator, so it should be plenty. The fan was a 3000 CFM Flexolite, and it just didn't quite cut the mustard. It didn't overheat by any means. It just got a little bit warm for our likings, honestly. Some people would have probably just left it, but I wanted to make it right for Kirk and Tammy, so I actually got a dual Flexolite fan setup. Now it flows 4600 CFM, so we added 1600 CFM to the thing, and as you said, we just went on a test drive. The temperature recovery is really good. It didn't get to 210. It got to 210 before with the other fan. It didn't even get up there with this one. So
I don't think you saw 200.
192, I think, was the highest it got.
Yeah.
And then actually, it's oddly enough, when it was idling, it dropped down to 180. So, but
Fixed.
very, very happy with that. I got a couple other little minor things. I mean, like the passenger sun visor drooped. That was one of the issues. I mean, it was so minor, it's almost comical how minor it was.
We made fun of it.
Yeah. Poor Kirk had to keep pushing his visor up.
Right.
And I also wanted to talk about, it was really cool to see Kirk and Tammy interact with the other show participants, because you get that select few. When you go to a big car show like that, I always say that, people are drawn to the flashy stuff, if it's got a blower on it, or if it's got, big fat tires, people are drawn to that kind of stuff. A car like this, it's gonna, even like my Chevelle, they kind of blend in the crowd a little bit. But it takes that select few people that really know what they're looking at. And I tell you what, there was a handful of people that were looking at the car, and I mean, these guys were looking at the car for 15, 20 minutes. And the cool thing about it was Kirk would get up and he'd engage with these people and really talk to them. And
well, let's be honest. So Kirk is a driver. Kirk is a racer.
Yeah.
Kirk is not a car show guy.
Kirk doesn't sit still for anything.
Right.
Not at all. So for him to be able to interact with these guys and really look at, have them look at the car and talk about the things that they noticed on the car, it was really fun to experience that. Like I said, the awards, who cares about that? That to me was the coolest thing, was seeing Kirk and Tammy interact with people.
And there was one group that came in a straight as a pin,
Beautiful.
black 68 Chevelle.
Yeah.
And that was the first group that I noticed that came over, and they were all over the car, which was really cool to see.
It was kind of funny because my black Chevelle was sitting next to Tammy's car, and Kirk had made the comment. He goes, "Watch this! They're going to look at your car, and they're going to walk right past Tammy's car." And those guys stopped, and they were like
they were on
flags
Tammy's,
on stake, right?
They were on Tammy's car.
And it was funny because the guy looked at it for a while, and then Kirk had mentioned that, you know, I was the one who did the car, and then the guy said, "Hey, my black 68's over there. The keys are underneath the floor mat. When I get it back, I expect stripes on it."
Right.
Like, he was literally ready to bring it to me to put stripes on it.
Yeah, that was cool.
I thought that was pretty. That was a very nice compliment. I thought
Yeah.
that was pretty cool.
Especially, like I say, coming from that guy, because that
was
car was
gorgeous.
beautiful. Yeah.
And I went up and looked at that car later on, and I thought it was a brand new build. And he said, "No, this thing's been together for like 6 years." I couldn't believe it. It was gorgeous.
Nice. So they get it.
And then there was another guy. His window card said Richard. He goes by Dick. It's a '66 Chevelle. He's a local guy. I think he lives in Lebanon area. I met him a few years ago when I lost my alternator, Dad lost his alternator, and he lost his alternator all the same weekend, and they were all bought from the same parts store. I won't mention the name. But anyways,
positive.
Kirk was talking to this guy and didn't realize that we had a connection. And then when I walked up to the car later, I was like, "I know that car." So we got to talking, and so that was pretty cool. That guy really fell in love with that car, and he has a gorgeous ~66 Chevelle too. That thing is just amazing. So
Nice.
yeah, like I said, great weekend. Car ran great. Car performed great. Exhaust sounds awesome. You guys will hear that in the video. Whenever Dave clips that in, it might be after this. I'm not sure, but
It will be. Yeah.
It's cool. It's awesome. And Tammy and Kirk just love it. And you know, to be able to fulfill this dream for Tammy, it was freaking awesome.
So coming down here for what? I don't know. I guess a year doing these videos. I finally got to take a ride in the car. It couldn't be tighter. Not a rattle, squeak, nothing. It pulls and runs really good. You'll see on the video. It can spin the tires. Not that we did that. We went to Mexico.
A little bit, Tammy. I'm sorry.
Right.
I mean, they're still
We
still new.
Just scuffed them.
Barely. There's no rubber on the quarter panels. I promise.
Right. So if you see this car again, it's going to be Tammy driving it probably, and it might be at the racetrack. We'll see.
Yeah, they live up north, South Washington, so you might see it. You know, heck, might maybe see it at the Beaches Cruise In or something like that.
Yeah.
Who knows?
All right.
Yeah, that's about all I got. Thanks for tuning in. What is this, the 12th episode or 13th?
I think this is the 13th.
Lucky number 13.
Absolutely.
I love it. So yeah, it's been a great journey. I can't thank Tammy enough for letting me do the car.
Yep. It's a beautiful
I
car.
got a little choked up.
Well, as you guys could probably see, well, I don't know if you could see because you didn't necessarily see the schedule, but George consumes himself with these projects. And so I'll just say he's probably not looking for another project real soon.
No,
Yeah.
we're closing the doors for a while.
Yeah.
This is we're signing off.
Yes. So no, thanks for joining us. Like and subscribe and share and all that good stuff.
Hit the bell. There's going to be some other stuff coming, and it's all personally owned vehicles from here on out for a while.
That's right.
And Dave's going to share that stuff with
And
you guys.
some racing stuff here and there. We're going to race a little bit.
Right. I'm talking about my end.
Okay.
Anything filmed in here will be personally
It's
owned
going to be
stuff.
personal rigs. All right,
Yep.
good.
All right.
Okay, thanks everybody. Folks, here it is, the test drive of the Tammy Hall 69 Chevelle. Got George Burns driving into the sun here. We're gonna get a few clips, see the car go by. get to hear it, see it go. See how it does from a stoplight. Shifter engaged. That's a traction limited launch there here in Mexico.